All right, we are live with Fright Night with First Fee. We're going to be talking about weapons, and we've been gone for a while, so we're going to find out what's going on with Cypher. How entertaining has your life been?
Oh shit. Hi. It's good to be back with all you guys. It has definitely been interesting and entertaining. Um, yeah, I don't know. I've just been the last like 4 or 5 weeks. I feel like I've been pulled in a ton of different directions all at once. But it was good. It was good. Saw some concerts. Saw some movies in theater. Played some games. Got a new Xbox. I know, Fee, you're very excited about that.
Uh-huh,
I don't
uh-huh.
know if Fuzzy got his yet. Hopefully,
Yeah,
um,
you've had a lot of free time lately, haven't you?
yeah, something like that. But we don't really talk about that. but I have managed to get a lot of stuff done around the house. I've managed to do a lot of projects. It's been interesting. But I've also been tasked to do a bunch of extra stuff that I wouldn't normally have to because of that.
Mhm.
So. But it's great to be back with you. Yeah, I'm excited to talk about this. I'm deeply disappointed at chat. You didn't hear this on air, so I just want to make sure you're aware of it. But Fee has not seen Black Phone 2 yet. And then we discovered that Fee has also not seen the original Black Phone. So that was a way to start this evening. Um, but anyways, it's great to
Kinda
be back.
rat me out.
Hopefully, we can recover from this.
Hopefully.
All right, well, what about you, Presto?
So, actually, I've been pretty busy. Me and the wife actually took a vacation out to LA. We went to Los Angeles, then we went to San Francisco, then we went to San Jose. So, most people know Scream is my favorite franchise, and you could actually tour the Scream house, Stu's house. Um, so my wife was like, "Let's do it." So our main point of this trip was the Scream House, and it did not let us down. They take you on the tour of the whole house, and then they just let you walk wherever you want in any room. Found a lot of behind the scenes and disturbing. Well, not really disturbing, but when you're in the actual house, just a fun fact. When Sydney and Billy first have sex, they're in the bed, and then when Billy's getting dressed, Ghostface comes out of a room, stabs Billy, and you're like, oh damn. Well, fun fact: the room he's in real life is the bathroom. So that means he was hanging out in the bathroom the whole time his friend was having sex with a girl for the first time. So pretty crazy. In Hollywood, I love going to filming locations. So we
Mhm.
went to a bunch of Halloween 78 locations. We went to Rob Zombie's Halloween locations, Insidious, Terminator 2, Pee Wee's Playhouse. Like, God bless my wife. She's a saint. I had 61 things to do. We did 58 of them. Um, so, yeah, it was a great time. And back to reality, I guess, now. But good to be back.
All right. What about you, Fuzzy? How have I tortured you this week?
We
not
don't have
not
enough
too
time.
much other than a random field trip that had it was Murphy's Law, but I don't want to get into it too much. But I think I might have caught a cold from somebody on the trip. It's never good when you have sick people around, and then you wind up getting their cold and whatnot. But other than that, just been playing some video games, which I know is not exciting for a horror podcast, but I'm a NASCAR fan and I'm finally diving into NASCAR 25 and having fun with it. But other than that, playing a bunch of other video games that are not horror related, so I'm kind of I'm lacking or slacking right now as far as horror video games. I definitely will wind up picking up. Was it Cosmos or Chronos? I got to pick that up before this month is out, type of deal. But other than that, got a interesting take on this weird movie that we're going to be discussing later. But just so glad to be back with you guys.
Yes, as Fuzzy mentioned, we had the field trip nightmare. First field trip nightmare I ever had. Whatever could go wrong went wrong. So, and what people don't know about when a field trip goes wrong, you have a whole bunch of meetings about it afterwards that you really don't want to be sitting in. So, that was fun this week. But yeah, we had we have something that we're supposed to be editing, and that's taking a little while, right, Fuzzy?
Something like that.
Something like that. But yeah, we do have an extra thing that we were trying to put out earlier. Some other stuff fell through, but we'll try and get some more extra stuff for y'all. But at least we got to see weapons. Something Fuzzy's been trying to watch for a little bit. So let's do first impressions on that. Who wants to go first?
Presto.
All right. So first
Elected.
impressions. I enjoyed it. I when I saw the trailer, I was expecting one thing. I got a little bit of another thing, but I did enjoy it. It was a good movie, and yeah, without going too far into it right now, I'll say I was satisfied. I'll watch it again.
Anybody else?
Yeah. Initial reaction to this thing, like when I saw the trailer, I definitely feel I feel what Presto's saying, right? Is like I went into it expecting one thing, and definitely got some other stuff that I did not expect. But right off the rip, like even just in the trailers, you definitely had this looming, like really weird, eerie tone that this thing felt like it was going to take on. So going into it, I was pretty stoked because it looked like it was going to be a pretty creepy experience. And as we'll talk about later, of course, like it didn't disappoint me in that situation.
What about you, Fuzzy?
Yeah. it even watching the trailers, I was thinking to myself, maybe it's aliens because the kids are doing like a Naruto run. I think that's how you say it. It's, well, not quite, but it seemed like that. I'm like, this about alien abduction or something? And they're going to mix aliens with horror, but no, something totally different than expected. Definitely enjoyed the, I guess you could say, the bouncing back and forth between characters and stuff, but we'll get more into that. But overall, first impressions, this different than what I expected, but pleasantly surprised. I'll leave it at that for right now.
So I think all of us kind of were like, oh, this is going to be this type of movie. I honestly thought there was going to be some zombies in this thing.
Of course you would.
Of course. Because of some of the little bit of, kind of 10-second blurps that I saw, I thought maybe this was a zombie thing. Okay, that's kind of cool. But it definitely not a zombie. So there was some mystery about this. So it is listed as a horror mystery action or whatever thing. So what was the most surprising thing about this for you guys?
God, I maybe oh God, I'm forgetting her freaking name. The caretaker for the son, or for that kid, Alex or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
That was definitely up there. I don't know if that's how everyone else was feeling, but
Yeah,
I would say,
sure.
like you talked about too, I would definitely say one of the other things that kind of caught me off guard was just the fact that they approached the storytelling in a way that I didn't expect.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
I'll agree with that with the storytelling. When you first start, watching it, obviously, it's telling a story, and then it tells it from another character, then another character point of view, and then as you're getting more, I guess, more into the movie and the characters, you see scenes from the beginning of the movie, how nicely they tied it together, and then they basically tell like the whole story as a whole. So I was not expecting that type of movie, or at least it to be shot that type of way when I watched the trailer and when I first started watching this movie. It gave you enough character. You got to know each character enough to like actually care if something happened to them. Unlike other movies we watch, where you watch a whole movie, you don't care if they die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like the perspective, the different perspectives as far as the way the storytelling was done, and they actually spent time giving you a bit of a background on each one of the characters, which helps out as far as the keeping interest in those particular characters and what they're going through. But yeah, I think the biggest surprise was when it wasn't aliens. Like, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but some kids disappear, and I'm like, yeah, it's got to be aliens, because like, oh, they get up in the middle of the night and just walk out the front door, and they're on security cam, and nobody knows where they went. So I figured, oh, they must be on a spaceship somewhere, or alien abduction type of thing. And as we learned later, that was definitely not the case, and how it all kind of centers around this one kid, which that was like probably the weirdest part. Like the surprise of, I guess, the teacher going into the classroom and there's only one student and just her left, and it's like, hey, where'd the other 17 kids go? She must know. Oh, the kid must know. And it's like the whole town wants to, string up the teacher because she has to know something. And they're not really paying attention to the kid, but then I would think that you should probably pay attention to the kid, because it's like, all right, so were they your friends, or did they all like, make a pact together to join a suicide club? What, like, dude, how, why are you still here? Like, and where are your parents? Kind of thing, kind of deal. But yeah, that I think was probably the biggest surprise, is just like how everything unfolded with just the one kid and the teacher, and the rest of the town's like, get her.
Yeah, I mean, it was really surprising because everybody saw the footage. It's like, how can she be in, all of these different places to get these children? You know what I'm saying? It's not like, they were all on the same block.
Yeah.
So the hysteria focused on her, just, I mean, it just kind of didn't really make sense from a common sense view. So, but again, it's hysteria. It's not supposed to make any sense. Oh, and the caretaker was Gladys.
Gladys, yeah. Sorry, I was drawing a blank on the name. Yeah, no, I think you're dead on with it, right? Is like, if common sense were going into play, it wouldn't make any sense that this person managed to orchestrate this thing where suddenly like all 20 kids, or however many kids it was, suddenly just all disappear, same night, same time, etc. That's insane. But of course, because there's that hysteria that's popping in, like, parents freak out and get really weird sometimes about their kids in general. And so something like this, especially, like, no one's going to be thinking with like a calm mind or demeanor. Everyone's losing their shit and flipping out because it just doesn't make any sense, right? Like, they want to blame this person and target it all on this person, but at the same time, like, you have to figure they know that it doesn't make any sense that that's even possible. But they're not rationally thinking. they're not concerned about rational thought at this point in time. They just want to find someone to blame.
Yeah, especially the one dad, Josh Brolin, Archer.
Yeah, Archer.
Yeah. But when do you think he kind of, there was one moment where he kind of realized that Justine, who was the teacher, might not have done it. What do you guys think was that moment for you when Archer kind of like, yeah, I think I got it wrong?
Definitely the gas station, but I want to say it was something before the gas station.
Yeah.
Can't remember what it is right now, but
I
there
mean,
was
it was definitely the gas station. Definitely.
Yeah, he's seen some shit. He experienced some shit at the gas station.
I think we all did.
Yeah, I know what Fuzzy's talking about too. Is like I feel like there was something I remember him running into early on. I think it was an interaction with someone, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe he's catching on to like, shit ain't right.
Yeah.
But yeah, the gas station was definitely like, if he had any doubts,
Mhm.
that got rid of those doubts, because the gas
Yeah.
station was not your everyday occurrence. That's not your once in a while occurrence. Like, that shit was fucked.
And you see it in the trailer, right? You see that part in the trailer. This
Portion of it, yeah.
Yeah, and that was one of the clips where I thought, hey, maybe this is a zombie movie because of the way. But then we find out who that character actually was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, hats off to him for framing the trailer the way they did. Because again, like it very much sent you kind of in a certain expectation of what you were going into and flipped it on its head. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, what just happened with that? Okay, sure. Okay, so it's like a 28 days later thing or something.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Like, we really didn't know what we were walking into by watching the trailer.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Press,
good
so
and
you
bad
disagree?
how they framed it that way. Because if you're going in kind of thinking it's a possessed or zombie movie and you're not into those movies, then you might not be checking out this movie. I was under the impression, I guess, I think you guys feel the same way, but like I was expecting more of a story about the kids. Like,
Yeah.
the trailer definitely focused on these kids doing this at this time, like running away. So like, I thought we'd get more story, more stuff about the kids, not like, okay, the kids run away in the beginning. You have all these other stories happening, which they're good, they're solid stories, and then at the end they introduce the kids again. It just felt.
I think it was a slow burn there throughout the movie to get to that point.
The first hour, like, it's just storytelling, like nothing really happens.
Yeah. So if for everybody, if you're not aware, if some of you are not aware, this was the director and the writer of this, so the same person. It's Zach Krieger. He actually did Barbarian. So thinking about Barbarian and weapons, he has the same elements. He used the same elements in both to create that mystery and stuff like that, because we had a slow burn in Barbarian as well, right?
I mean, Barbarian was, to me, two totally different movies.
Yeah,
like
I know.
The first half of that movie was something totally different than the second half. Like,
I think he did a better job this time of what he was trying to do with Barbarian. I think he did a better job this time in doing it. At least we understand it was a slow burn, but at least we understand how everything fit together compared to Barbarian, which like you said, felt like two different stories.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of got it towards the end why it was like that. Well, like what he was trying to do between the two stories. I just think he cut something out that he probably shouldn't have cut out. But he did a better job in here. But if I had known that this person had done Barbarian and this one, I think I would have maybe thought, yeah, maybe this isn't a zombie movie. Maybe it's something totally different. that I'm not thinking of. You know, I will say this: he did a bang up job to the point where his budget was $38 million, and he grossed in U.S. and Canada alone almost 152 million, and worldwide was 260, almost 68 million.
I mean, I feel like this movie and Sinners were like the two very much talked about films of the year, or at least definitely. Were these both summer releases?
I think so.
It released August 8th, 2025.
Yeah. This and Sinners definitely, like, people lost their mind over.
Well, yeah, but this one compared to Sinners, as far as the media, because I haven't seen it yet, Fuzzy's been trying to get me to do that. From what I hear from this and what I hear from Sinners was more debated on whether or not it achieved what all the critics were saying it achieved, compared to this one where even the critics loved it. So
yeah, I think Sinners kind of went in with much higher expectation anyways. Like they were ramping that up to be a huge thing. Obviously had Ryan Coogler, who had done the other Michael B. Jordan movies. Which, you know, it's like it's a thing for them. It's like how Kevin Smith always makes movies with his friends. It's like Coogler and Michael B. Jordan are always together. It's like they carpool to every film. But there was definitely, I think there was more expectation given Ryan Coogler's pedigree prior. Whereas like with this guy only having Barbarian is kind of one of the main standout things that is recent in our attention and in our mind. I don't think there was that much of that weight on his film. Whereas like with Sinners, there was a lot of expectation, a lot of build up, a lot of hype. And they put a lot of money into that movie, and they still made it back, but it was not near as astronomical a net profit as something like this ended up being, because again, like this was pretty low key compared to Sinners. Like the budget on marketing and the budget on the actual filming, I'm sure, is terrifying for Sinners versus what this was.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this: Sinners was released on April 18th, and we know Weapons was released in August 8th. And while Sinners has a 7.6 rating out of 10 with 307,000 reviewers, Weapons in the shorter period of time has 229,000 and a 7.5 rating.
Oh, 7.5, yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, over time, Sinners has declined a little bit than what it originally was.
Yeah. I mean, it still hasn't dropped too much though. Like that thing stayed up. I feel like a lot of films, when we've seen them, you always get that hope that they're going to do well and they're going to continue like at that high performance rate. And then like as everything comes in, it settles down into like a mid 6 or a low 6. These didn't do that, which I was like, okay. Like, cause I left both films thinking like, well, I really enjoyed them. But at the same time, like everyone's got different tastes. So maybe I'm just living in a different world, and these are they're scratching the itch for me. Because I've had films like that. I'm sure we all have. Like, Fee, you're notorious for
I'm
really bad movies.
I'm notorious for something.
So yeah, I kind of figured that I was sitting in like a Fee scenario where I was like, oh, this is amazing, and it turns out it's like a 4.
So let me explain something to y'all out in fandom world, okay? If anybody's listening to this.
Here we go.
I want to just let y'all know. I don't know about these three, But I started watching movies, horror movies at independent ones at the age of like 4 when I could remember. And from there, that's all I did because, in Philly, when you were younger, you didn't go out the house unless you went with somebody because I had an overprotective mother. And, my brother's blind, so I mean, come on. She's got 2 kids in tow all the time. So her being a nurse and being a single mom, I mean, what am I going to do if I can't go outside? Of course I'm going to sit home and watch movies. So when we had HBO, we had Cinemax, we had all kinds of stuff. So being as old as I am, and Fuzzy knows this, that I still continue to watch movies, I've probably seen a lot more movies than the average person. And knowing this, after a while, the normal gets boring. The same thing over and over again gets boring. So that's why I think I'm not as much of a fan of slashers anymore compared to zombie movies, because you have to be more creative doing the zombie thing for it to play out well. So not so much with slashers. Everybody just loves slashers. Let's kill somebody. So I think that's where my love of independent horror comes from, and that's why I give a lot of credit to what you guys think are 2s.
Did your brother ever sit next to you during a movie and when it was over be like, "Hey sis, I can't even see, but that movie sucked. I could tell just by the sound of it."
So let me tell you about my brother, because he loved horror movies too. So my brother was not born totally blind. He was born with low vision. He had a couple of surgeries when he was young, and they didn't take. So when he was 40 years old is when he totally lost all of his vision. Of course, it was a downside from age 30 on. But he used to watch horror movies with me, and he loved them too.
Poor guy went blind just so he doesn't have to watch any more bad movies with you.
So if anybody's out there, I want to tell you one of my brother's favorite movies. Okay.
Underground.
No, it's called Girly. It's literally called Girly. I'm gonna put it in here because I believe it's actually on. It might still be on Amazon. I paid for it. It wasn't that much money, but I paid for it because it's one of my favorites too.
Oh boy, but I'm not paying for it then.
I just want to say one of our favorites, me and my brother's favorites, is called Girly, and it's a very, very simple horror movie that they made in, the UK. So if anybody has ever watched it or has thought about watching it, or just wants to take a look or whatever, I believe it might be on Amazon. It might be free by now, but it's one of those lost kind of things that it took forever for me to find it again. But I really like it. It's simple. It's got a little bit of funniness to it. It definitely has that slasher theme to it. Check it out. But that's, and it's very low budget. But I think they did well. And I'm going to torture them later with it. I'll find it and torture you guys later with it.
No thanks.
Come on, I got to torture you with something.
Yeah, we're all going to pay for it in some form or fashion.
So
that's going to be their horror movie. I'm going to film them watching all of the horror movies I love.
Oh, fuck.
And hear their screams.
I don't like the idea of that, because like if there's anything I've learned about doing podcasts on camera, and I'm sure Fuzzy, I'm sure you run into the same thing sometimes, is like if you catch yourself doing something besides looking at the screen, or even sometimes when you're typing on your keyboard, you look at the screen and you see your camera and you're like, oh my God, I look like the fuggliest chud at this angle. Like, this is the worst thing. Why is this? If you had to see the looks on my face during really bad movies, I'm sure that would just not not be a pleasant experience at all.
So you know when in Clockwork Orange, right? When Malcolm McDowell is hooked up to the he has his eyes open and they have him all hooked up to this stuff, and he's watching all of these violent acts and everything to cure him. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do to you guys, and then we're gonna film it.
Well, joke's on you, because I haven't seen the movie, so I can't experience
You've
that.
never seen a Clockwork Orange, really?
I have not either.
Oh, there we go.
Talk
There we
about
go.
me. You talk about me and Black Phone seriously?
That
Yeah,
movie's
because
like
Black Phone's
30,
good.
40 years old, man.
It is one of the ultimate classics that you have to watch. Everybody says this.
Is it a classic by everyone or by you?
No,
It's
everybody.
an everyone classic. Yeah.
Is it really?
Everyone.
Okay.
It's
I mean, I own a
before-
copy. I just haven't watched it.
It's
Well,
higher.
Is it a British film? Because if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
that might be okay. That's
Yes.
probably
No.
why it may not have come across their radar.
Nope.
Well, it's a Kubrick movie.
Yes, that's why
Oh.
it's.
I just for some reason I've never. I think I caught like a moment of it maybe on TV when I was like way too young.
Oh yeah,
because
probably when you were way too young, but so was I, and I
you
still watched it.
you saying something about the dude being like stuck in like a seat or some sort of contraption to like watch these horrible things. I feel like that's familiar, and I do remember seeing something on TV at one point that was like that.
Yes. So the movie, if people, I mean, so these youngins on here, so if you're a youngin, if you're a youngin like Cypher, anyway, so the movie is about basically a gang where the leader, Malcolm McDowell, they're very violent. They're like one of the violent gangs. There's not that many gang members, but they go on a run one night to go wreak havoc. And his gang members actually lock him in the home that they're trying to rob and everything. And he gets caught. And then there's this doctor that says, oh, well, let me experiment on him and see if we can't get that violent nature out of him. So they hook him up, of course, and everything. And then from there, it goes in a totally different direction. But it's one of the best films in respect to why horror matters, what people are really afraid of. So I say everybody needs to watch it.
Isn't it very sexual?
In the beginning, there are very short excerpts. They don't really have a lot of it on screen or anything like that. It's not in your face like some other movies, like Irreversible or something like that. But there's an element in there of that. But most of it is, the normal, I'm going to beat up old people and I'm going to do this and I'm going to...
The normal?
Well, yeah, the normal gang-related stuff, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry for those people that have never known any gang members before. Sorry.
I don't think they go around beating up old people.
Yes, they do. I hate to say it, but yes, they do. I hate to say that's a normal pastime for some gang members, for some gangs, especially younger ones. I hate to say it, but it's true. I don't know, Fuzzy, what's your take on that?
I would say rob old people, beating them up.
I don't know.
That's usually like an inside the family kind of thing, kind of deal where, abusing the elderly, sign this check.
Reports? Mm-hmm. In Philly, at least, it's a pastime for gang members to go beat up old people. I don't know about in New York.
New York, it was to rob them, like steal purses from old ladies. But as far as like the most I've ever heard was usually like, it wasn't gang members. It was like POS grandkids kind of thing, doing stuff like that. or some the what do you call them, the orderlies in some of the old folks' homes, doing stuff like that. Not as much gang members. Gang members are usually about quick and easy cash without having to worry about people coming after them, kind of thing. So, but that's New York. New York's a little different.
Yeah, I'm sure California gangs are different from all of us as well, and Chicago gangs and everything. I guess we all have a different kind of niche or whatever. But I'm just saying, in Britain, it was apparently a pastime for gang members to go after old people and women and things like that. And of course, they robbed places too in the movie, and they did other things. But the whole point is to show the violent nature, and then afterwards experiment and then see what happens. And I'm not going to spoil the ending, which I normally do, but I'm not going to spoil the ending and tell you how it ends. But it's definitely falls in line. It is one considered to be a masterpiece, and I can't believe you guys have never seen it.
All right, fine. It looks like I got some homework.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But yeah, so here's my question for y'all.
Hold on real quick before you jump into that.
Yeah.
Punty in the chat just mentioned that he has not seen Weapons yet. So just a heads up, we are actually talking about it now. We went off on a bit of a side trail there for a second, talking about films that apparently Presto and I need to watch that we haven't.
Yes.
But yeah, we're getting back into talking Weapons. So if you haven't seen it, then make sure to bookmark this and you can come back and listen to it after. I don't know how spoilery we're getting tonight.
I don't know. I think we're gonna get into spoilers because we're gonna be talking about Mr.
Balls
Long.
deep in spoilers.
I
know. So Punty, if you don't want anything spoiled, which I would definitely say you don't for this movie.
Yes, this is a mystery, guys. So
yeah, bookmark this and come back to it, bud.
Yeah.
But it's great to see you in the chat.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. But yeah, definitely if you want to see it and you haven't seen it, you might want to come back. If you don't care, you can stay.
Yes, please.
I'll put it this way. Even with spoilers, this movie is definitely still worth watching.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But I want to talk about our favorite guy, Mr. Long. Justin Long was in here.
For like a few minutes. He didn't really have that big of a role in comparison.
Little cameo.
Yeah.
But he didn't die.
Well, yeah, but he lost his son or daughter or one of his kids.
Yeah, but usually in like every single movie that he's in, he dies.
Exactly.
Such a glorious
barbarian. Like,
whether he's the main character
he's
or
moving
not,
up.
He dies.
Gary did not get killed off. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I figured, honestly, that was one of the other surprises, I guess, in this movie, is that he didn't get fucking axed in some way. Because it feels like that. I feel like that's probably part of his contract most of the time.
Yeah.
For better or worse,
Like, I'm on the clock. I can only be in this movie for a total of 2 hours. Or 2 hours of screen time, or not screen time, but like total time on set.
He's like, no.
You gotta kill me off.
He's like, no, I'm not in the sequel, okay? Just don't write me in the sequel. You kill me off now. I'll do it in the first 5 minutes. I'm cool with that.
It's so weird though, because like it feels like that would not work for many people's careers. That like, oh, you're the person who gets very little time. And it feels like it's always what he gravitates towards or what he gets. And yet, like, he's in every fucking other movie, it feels like. So hats off to him for making a career where he could do it like this.
Well, I mean, think about it. When we worked with Lou Temple, right? He was there for like 2 days. And
Mhm.
in that time, he said, okay, this is how much, I want to do. I want to do it for. I'm cool with that. He was at a convention at the time, and Xander was, talked him into it, and he's like cool about it. But he was only there for 2 days. I can imagine, it being beneficial to Justin Long to be on set for a couple of days, 1 or 2 days, die in like 5 minutes or 20 minutes in or whatever. And he probably gets just as much as somebody that is, I guess, a mid-grade actor, not an A-lister, but maybe somebody that's, on the, a little bit above the D list. And he spends less time on set and probably gets the same, if not more money. I wouldn't have a problem with that. And he doesn't have to memorize too many lines. He doesn't have to go too much out, of range or whatever. I mean, I
Yeah,
think it's a nice gig.
he's basically himself in every
Yeah,
movie that we've ever seen.
yeah,
Sans a mustache or a mullet every now and then.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, just
he's
like
basically
Ryan
the
Reynolds,
same
right?
character. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
And it works for him. And, I'd rather get, I mean, honestly, I'd rather walk away with 50 grand or 100 grand for a couple days work and be in like tons of movies rather than have to be on set in the heat or the cold for long periods of time and, on set for like 14, 12 to 14 hours. And
yeah. I mean,
it's such a gig.
maybe because of some of the experiences that he has had in the past, be it Jeepers Creepers or something like Tusk, where obviously those were very
Yes.
detailed. Maybe that's part of why why we see him
Yeah,
in so many of
exactly.
these like quick short things where it's like he makes his quick cameo, he's in for a little bit, and then he's out.
Mhm. Yeah, I can't imagine what he did, what it was like the experience doing Jeepers Creepers compared to this.
Oh yeah, or Tusk. The
Yeah.
amount of time that he sat in there
Oh my god.
with like the cosmetics and all the different stuff they
Mhm.
ended up putting on him for that film,
Yeah.
like that would be nuts. Like we've heard the stories about folks like even the guy who ended up playing as Sloth in the Goonies,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
the literal hours
Mhm.
that dude spent like every single day
Mhm.
getting that put onto him. Like I
Yeah.
don't know, like some people could not handle that. That's a lot.
I mean, even some people that are become used to it, it's like a normal thing. Like Ron Perlman, he's done a lot of cosmetics and prosthetics and stuff like that.
True.
And even sometimes he gets claustrophobic, some days.
Yeah.
It's
So,
amazing when you find out, like some of these people that get in prosthetics and everything. To me, sometimes when you see them on the screen, it's like, oh, that doesn't take that long. But then you watch the behind the scenes and find out, like, holy shit, they were still in the chair for like 3 hours just getting all this
Oh, yeah.
makeup on.
Ron Perlman was in there every single time he put that makeup on for 6 hours. 6
Yeah,
hours.
and it's like, even if it's something subtle, it's layers upon layers upon layers. Like the couple times I've done that with a Halloween costume,
Mhm.
doing basic bitch like beginner
Mhm.
makeup and cosmetic work on myself, it takes like the multiple passes over and over and over again, and it looks like shit for the first
Mhm.
bit too. And you're just like, this isn't worth my time. But then like a couple hours in, it starts to look better as it
Mhm.
shapes up, and you're like, okay, this is worth it. But that's a lot of fucking time in the seat.
Well, you guys have seen the photos of me when they turned me into a vampire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, I know you did, Fuzzy. So when I was so I had done my makeup already because they said, come with your makeup on and stuff. And I didn't realize that they were going to put the prosthetics on. So they had to take some of the makeup off from my forehead and stuff like that to put it on. But just putting on the prosthetics that they had on my forehead that came a little bit down over top of my eyebrows and stuff, that took about an hour just to put that on and make sure that the makeup blended in and everything. Just that little piece was about an hour.
Yeah.
And it's just my forehead. And by the way, you guys, if you ever do prosthetics, so I am a science teacher, so I have to deal with chemicals every year and stuff when I'm teaching and stuff like that. And we have 100% acetone. We have, 100% various different alcohols and stuff like that, and various other chemicals. And they use acetone on your skin when they're putting on prosthetics because it basically burns the edges and it goes right into your skin and everything.
Mhm.
It is the coldest thing ever.
Mhm.
It is freaking freezing. So if you're already outside and it's cold, it does feel a little bit like it's burning. So if you ever do it during Halloween, just understand you're gonna get that kind of cold chemical burn. Luckily, I had professionals doing it, so there was nothing damaged my skin or anything, but it definitely was freezing. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it was cool to have them on. It's just when it's happening, it's not the most comfortable thing all the time. And remember, I'm a female, so I have put on makeup before, and sometimes that in itself can take an hour or so. Right, Fuzzy?
Oh, it definitely can.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a wife. I get it.
Uh-huh.
I've
We all have wives.
seen it.
I mean, I got a husband, but y'all have wives. I'm sure you have sat there and been like, "Are you ready yet?"
I just pop a video game on, just play while she putzes around with the freaking makeup, and then when she's done, she's like, "You're not ready." I'm like, "Oh yeah," and then I throw on a shirt and pants in like 30 seconds. She's like, "You suck."
I think honestly the worst thing about putting on the makeup, especially for if you're just putting regular makeup on for a movie, is you got to put the eyelashes on. And the last time I put the eyelashes on and we were trying to do the one TikTok thing, the eyelashes wouldn't stick. And I kept on having to, and it just would try and go into my eye. And I'm like, please don't touch my eyeball. Please don't touch my eyeball.
Yeah, that would drive you nuts, I would imagine.
Exactly.
That's like I've had contacts that even if it's just slightly off center, or if you get like an eyelash in your eye, you constantly are aware that there's something bothering your eye, and it drives you nuts.
I've had a Fuzzy. I've sent this to Fuzzy before. Turning on a video game usually means ladies are instantly ready.
Yeah, the PS5 controller beep or the Xbox beep.
Yeah. Yep. As soon as the noise happens, I'm ready. I'm ready. Just get my shoes on. Don't worry. It's like, God damn it.
Oh, wait a minute. What about this one? That's why I stay bald, making it much easier.
Absolutely. No, it's even on a bad day, like even if we skip 4 or 5 days in between a shave, it's still short enough that it's not a big deal, and it only takes like 10 minutes to shave your head again.
Yeah.
It's great.
All right, but let's get back to Gary. So somebody put in the prompt. I put in the following prompt into Google, and its answer was quite interesting. How did Gary die in weapons?
Not so friendly way.
like I said, everybody wants Justin Long to die in these movies.
Always.
Well, he was at least helpful as far as what Archer was looking for and stuff like that. But watching the footage, and that was that before the gas station or after the gas station? I thought that was before the gas station. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. Whenever you put that in, it just talks about the ending of what happens, and everything. So, while I don't want to tell the ending, we will do some spoilers. What's that in the background? That's not me, is it?
No.
I just want to
I
make sure.
think it's Presto's iPhone.
Yeah.
Are you sure he's not running away?
Not yet.
He sounds like he's talking through someone's asshole right now.
Who? Not again.
The iPhone. That's the iPhone way.
So
That's all I know.
Okay, so let's go back to the teacher. She's pretty much a mess. She was a mess before this happened. She was a mess after this happened. How, like, did her character, were there any hiccups in her character that you felt? Or was it a perfect fit?
I think it's a perfect fit, but the homewrecker aspect definitely was kind of unexpected with the cop's girlfriend finding her in the liquor store.
Yeah, you want to feel bad for her, but then she's fucking the woman's husband. It's like, like
she can die. It's fine.
She can die.
She justified the death. It's fine.
No, but it was funny in the liquor store because I'm just watching her like wander through the liquor store. I'm like, she's really she's going over the edge, and Fee's up there like, I think that's the woman. There's somebody running in the store. I'm like, and you can see her partially in the background, but I wasn't sure if she was like a parent or something like that, and then just come after the teacher kind of deal, like some of the parents probably would want to. No, it was the cop's girlfriend, and she was about it. She was about to hit her with a bottle and everything. So yeah, that was interesting.
She came in hot.
And then we find out that the cop's wife is actually the daughter of his supervisor.
Yeah,
he fucked up good.
Okay, and then it gets even crazier than that. So upcoming spoiler alerts. Okay, and this is what Cypher, and this is what Cypher was alluding to when we first see Gladys. Did she not look like a freaking clown?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought Pennywise was coming out.
Hey, so okay, so because it had been a while since I saw this, right? Like I saw it, I think the opening night when it came out. So it's been a minute, and so I jumped on so I could watch like a quick like recap of the movie today because I was hoping I could watch the whole movie, but time got past me. But they actually showed something in the trailer that I had totally forgotten about in regards to that, because she has that like nightmare where she goes into the class, the teacher does, and she sees all of the kids with their heads facing down towards the desks, except for I think Alex. He like lifts his head at her, but when he lifts his head, what does he have on his face? Fucking clown paint, just like Gladys. They literally like showed it, and I forgot all about that in the trailer. I was like, oh my god, that's right. Like they threw that in there, and you're like, what the fuck was that? But then you see Gladys, and then it all makes sense. You're like, oh shit, okay.
And it also kind of ties into Archer's nightmare as well.
Oh yeah, that was creepy.
I'm like, oh, of course it's going to be a clown. Like I don't have like a phobia of clowns or anything like that, but it's like, I guess before he wakes up, he sees like a clown under his son's sheets or something kind of deal. And he's like, whoa, what was that? Like when he wakes up, it's like, it was just a clown. Everything's going to be okay. But yeah, he went through his own little nightmare and, got to see a clown at the end, or what appeared to be a clown. But I don't think at the time, I don't think we put two and two together that was a reference to Gladys kind of deal. So
Yeah. So we see Gladys pop up every once in a while, right? We saw her, in Archer's Dream. We see her now one of the times we see her. Let's talk about this junkie. Okay, we have an official junkie in this movie, and he's the funniest freaking thing.
is there anything in your pocket that's going to stick me? No. Well, no. He goes to his pocket.
And just pops him. And then he wakes up and he's like, cop's like, all right, you're okay. You're gonna go and I'm gonna go and we're never gonna speak to this again.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. I was like,
their paths were intertangled from that point forward, so they were both hosed.
Who's your favorite character in the movie?
For me, it was definitely the junkie.
Shit.
It's a good one. It's a bit of the cop and the junkie because I think they both play off of each other.
Yeah.
It's like the fact that the cop, it's like he gets stabbed when he goes into the junkie's pocket, and then when he, I guess, chases the junkie into the forest or into the woods or whatever, he gets stabbed coming out of it or with opening up the tent. So it's like, yeah, he was definitely hosed. And then the parked out front of the house, their interaction there with the junkie being stuck in the back. But yeah, I think, yeah, it's a toss up between the cop and the junkie. A close second would be like the son and the father of the parents. Yeah, because you could tell the kid, the boy loved his father more than his mom, but he didn't want to see anything happen to either one of his parents, kind of thing. But
yeah, so the cop was Paul, and the junkie was James. I just thought that was the funniest thing. Their interactions.
What was your favorite character?
I was gonna say I liked Archer, just to see his growth and how he changed throughout the movie.
Yeah.
His personality, like how he was so adamant about one thing in the movie, and then towards the end he completely flipped script and felt the total opposite way. I also liked Marcus. I think the principal. He was
yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was a fun character. He didn't get too much screen time, or I guess he got a decent amount, but I felt like he had good comedy that he could have had some more comedy elements in the movie.
But we saw multiple sides of Marcus. We saw his professional. We saw how he was, with his partner. And then we saw his total maniac phase.
Yeah, after he threw up the tar or whatever.
Yeah.
Pitch black tar all over. See, I think that was probably one of my favorite characters. Was like Marcus. There was a lot of shit going on in Marcus's life. And Marcus got hit real quick. And it was brutal. Like the kitchen scene and then the gas station scene, like all of it just, oh God. It was so brutal. Like there were obviously other things that were kind of like made you cringe or twinge a little bit, like in the film. But I feel like his character, yes, yeah. But like I feel like his character just, oh my goodness. Like
I think the three things in there that were the most brutal or at least the most jarring were seeing Gladys in the dream, in Archer's dream, Marcus and his, killing his partner. And then the third one was definitely the ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. But go on, Cypher.
No, I mean that was all I had for it. Is just like that dude, That dude was minding his own business. He seemed like he was a pretty cool guy, pretty mellow dude, and he just got fucking shit on with the bad luck.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the
whole
one that like invited her in the house and like was like, yeah, bring like he was the good guy.
Well, he didn't exactly invite her in the house.
Not
His
not the
partner
same.
did. Like he was kind of standoffish when she came to his house because he was like, how did you get my address?
Yeah, he's thinking like a principal.
Yeah,
And they were
but,
watching
like,
the Discovery Channel.
yeah,
Yeah.
like he was the funny thing is like in the beginning he was the one that was protecting the teacher when the parents were trying to chase her to the parking lot. And then when she's calling him like, we really need to talk to like I strongly advise against that. We're going to act like we never had this conversation, and you're going to go about your business, and we're never going to talk about this again. And then, it got to the point where it's like, oh yeah, she twisted his arm and said, well, shouldn't we do one of those types of reports if the parents aren't there or something like that? The kid's just wandering around on his own kind of thing, and he's like, all right, I'll make the call. And he gets runs into Gladys. That was the end of it for him. But she was definitely a unique character. Let's put it that way.
You see the dangerousness to my job. You know what I'm saying? When we have to call these parents in, it's a setup every single time. Poor Marcus. I feel so bad for him. We are all victims.
Yep.
Anyway, I've been traumatized. So we got Marcus. So we got Marcus. And yeah, I do love him because he's that older gay man that's established in his career, and he's happy and he's well liked, and he's at the stage in his life where it's like, oh, I'm coasting at this point, and I'm just loving my Saturday mornings, and I got my person with me, and then his world turns upside down in a matter of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't call the authorities yet, did you? Did you make that call? Well,
suddenly he's coasting down to the gas station looking like a fucking demonic possession.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is he Naruto running to the gas station? Like, oh, isn't that the principal?
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever want to do a 5K, hook up with Aunt Gladys and she'll help you, because all of a sudden your endurance went crazy. You were not tired. You could run forever.
Bro's got stamina for days.
Like, you don't feel pain. You never get winded. It's like, just keep going.
Is it really that bad after all?
You don't need Blue Chew for something like that. You just get hooked up with Aunt Gladys and you're good.
Yeah, exactly.
Unlimited stamina.
But yeah, I just think that the interactions between Paul and James, him trying to rob the wrong house, that was just not. And he tried to do the right thing. Of course, he was going to wind up putting himself in a coma or overdosing right afterwards, getting that reward money. But that made him happy. Why couldn't he just be happy? Nope, he met Gladys.
Well, he met the cop first. That was the big thing. He forgot, because he even tried to avoid going down to the precinct. They're like, no, you got to come down, or they didn't answer the call or something. So it's like, didn't I tell you not to come around here? He's like, oh crap.
Yeah, but then he winds up getting stuck again when he goes after him.
He didn't learn the first time.
No, obviously not. He's not too great. I mean, he slept with his old girlfriend, got his wife mad at him, goes and gets stabbed twice by a junkie. Yeah, that's not cool.
His father-in-law not too happy with him.
Yeah.
Nope.
He's
Nope.
just not a quick learner, you know?
No. No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. And I think Justine should be mad at Paul too. Because he slept with her after getting stuck by a needle of a junkie. Yeah,
She
that was
chose to sleep with him, though.
I know, but if she had known that he got stuck with a needle from a junkie, I mean, come on now. Would she have chose not to at that point?
I mean, she knew he was married, and it didn't stop her. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
She
I
was
think
she was in her cups at that point, so
I think he should have at least told her,
it would have went in one ear and right out the other. She
Yeah, she was kind of
she
drunk.
wanted company. That's why she called him or waved at him and whatnot. And
Yeah.
I think
He
she
was
actually
in-
did call him to come to the bar. So yeah. She wouldn't
Well,
care.
let's talk about her attempted stakeout. So what should you do when you're on a stakeout?
Not go to sleep.
Well, yeah, but what else should you do?
not do the stakeout.
Well, I mean, she's not too bright about that. But if you're going to do a stakeout, of course you don't fall asleep. But, just in case you fall asleep, what should you have done before?
Lock the doors.
Lock the doors! You can definitely tell this is a small town.
Yeah. That's always something that messed with me when we went to visit in-laws out in Wyoming, is like we'd go to their place and locking the door was not a common practice. I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? But meanwhile, at the same time, right, like the first house that we got as a couple when we were raising our first kid was in a very ghetto, sketchy area. Like it wasn't the worst, but it was pretty bad. And we still, like, we had retired people around both sides of our house, so it's like we were in pretty good supervision. Like we had cameras nonstop, basically,
And binoculars.
because of like we had people there that were watching very closely to what was happening around them always. But even then, like even when we moved to our next house, like I've never felt like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna leave the fucking doors open on my car, or like leave the front door unlocked. Like it takes one junkie that's looking for a fix or looking to steal something to pawn it off and get more drugs. Like there's lots of bad things that could happen. Like why not just lock the door?
I mean,
It's like with your car, if you're gonna take a nap.
I mean, obviously there are junkies in small towns too.
Yeah.
Not just big ones.
True, but in a lot of those smaller towns, like it's usually it's spaced out a little more. You don't usually have as many neighbors around you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
I think that would be scarier because, if you have somebody come into your home, how loud can you scream for your neighbor to hear if they're a mile away?
No, that's when you have the arm and protection of a shotgun by your bed kind of deal.
Or baseball bat.
Or baseball bat. But no, like growing up in New York, always locked doors. Deadbolts, chains if possible. Cars, like, and this is gonna sound silly, but like even being a Jeep owner, I was always about locking the doors. Now, some of my Jeep buddies wouldn't lock their doors because one thing that criminals typically criminals are stupid, so you can't win either way. If you lock the doors, they cut the windows. You don't lock the doors, guess what? They still cut the windows.
Yeah, because they think the doors are locked.
Yeah, so but that was what happened to a couple of my coworkers, where it's like what happened to your windows? Junkie cut the windows or whatever to get stuff, but they don't, like, they take the faceplate off the stereo and stuff like that. So it's like there wasn't anything in the Jeep for them to take, but they still cut the windows. It's like, I thought you left your doors open. Yeah, but they didn't check. They just cut the window right from the go. Like, yeah, I'll just continue locking my doors then.
Well, I'm just gonna say this. Fuzzy's family believes so much in locks that they put locks on their bathrooms where people can't get out of them, and they got to go out on the
No,
fire.
they didn't add that lock. That lock was already like that for, I don't know why the apartment was set up that way. But it was a regular lock. Like all right, you know how you have like the little push button for most bathrooms so you can lock it from the inside and whatnot? Well, apparently that lock or whatever did not work properly. Like even if you pushed it to lock yourself in and then go to get out where you would turn the knob, it wouldn't undo. And that's why they had to climb out the fire escape. So it wasn't like they added more locks. It was just that the apartment building was built probably in the early 1900s. And, being 1980 or whatever it was at the time, the lock didn't work or didn't unlock itself. So they had to climb on the fire escape on the 5th floor.
Yeah, Jehovah Witnesses did not come over to Fuzzy's relatives in New York. They avoided their apartment, just to let you know.
Well, that was a good thing. Nothing against Jehovah's Witnesses. Just I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to hear about nothing. Have you talked to? No, I haven't. I have not opened myself up to nothing. Just don't come to my house or my door. But my grandmother was always, kind and nice and would be willing to listen to people. Meanwhile, my mom and dad are like, why did she let these people in? Oh, can we use your bathroom? Sure. It's right down the hall. And then I guess they forgot to tell them about the lock beads that it would stick. And we heard knocks at the door of the bathroom door. We can't get out. Oh yeah. Well, you got to jiggle the handle. Well, it's not working. All right. Well, you're going to have to climb on the fire escape to get out.
Yeah, I almost got locked in that bathroom too. I was able to get out.
No, that was New York. You've never been in that bathroom.
Well, the lock on your relatives when I went up there with you, well, that lock didn't work very well either.
It must be locks in New York. That was Grandma's house. That was Grandma's house out in
Grandma had that same type of lock. She's like, I'm going to fix it so we don't get no more Jehovah's Witnesses. It worked so well last time. And that was before cell phones, guys. So it's not like I could have said, hey, Fuzzy, can you unlock the door for me? No.
Cell phones existed. It's just that you had to be a doctor at the time to have one.
Yeah.
Or you weren't keeping it in your pocket because you had the briefcase to carry that big ass phone. What was this, like 97, 98? Somewhere around there.
No, it was it was 97, I think it was. Yeah, 97. Yeah, we've been together for too long.
Is that cat in the background meowing hello?
So we have one. Yes, we have one that can say hello. He's upstairs. And then we have another one that unfortunately Morris is at the stage in his life where he has cancer, and I think he's getting the Alzheimer's dementia thing as well, because every time we turn around, he thinks he hasn't been fed yet.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. He meows like we never fed him, even if it's like we just fed him.
Yeah.
And he'll do that whenever he sees us for a little bit, and then he'll go back. And then he'll go back.
The one saying hello is the cat that we think has autism.
Yeah, that's Murphy.
Oh.
Well, yeah. We have to keep him in a room by himself with all his toys and his box and stuff,
and we have to
because he cannot be around the other cats without them smacking at him, because he keeps on getting in their face like, hey, I'm Murphy. And he's like all in their face. They're like hissing at him and smacking at him. And he's like, what? And he just keeps getting closer, like he doesn't understand why they're having a fit about him being in their face. So.
Maybe he's Jehovah's Witness. I'd like to tell you the good word. Get away from me. Sorry.
Yeah, but we're gonna. So since we have the two podcast rooms, when we rearrange the furniture in our bedroom, we're gonna move Murphy in so he's with us a little bit, more in the daytime, well, at least in the nighttime and stuff. So maybe he'll calm himself down and stop constantly saying hello to us.
No,
I
I
think it's
usually
cute.
stop in to
Great.
see him. So he's at this point, this is like, hey, why aren't you here? And he can, I think, hear my voice. So he's like, hello, come on. Because normally he would reach under the door. You can see like his little paw
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't get me to open up the door and sit with him for a bit, then he'll start talking. So
I heard it and I was thinking, like, wait a minute, my cat's not home. Is that coming from theirs? Like that was messing with me, and it was so distinct too. Like it sounds very hello-ish. That's
Yeah,
wild.
we have cats that argue. Like Heidi will argue if she doesn't want to go in the room or if she wants to go in with Fuzzy, and he's like, no, you can't be in my podcast room yet. Like right after they eat or something like that, and she'll argue with him literally.
Oh, fun.
Why are you arguing with him? So
She
yeah,
Poor guy.
if you try to prevent her from doing stuff she wants to do, like she'll try and open up the bathroom door when my wife's in there taking a shower. She'll try to open up some of the drawers in like
Oh,
the
yeah, she loves
in the bedroom. So like the lower drawers, I guess she can find a way to get her paws at the top edge and keep picking at it until it opens up, and then she'll open up the next one and then use one of those as like a little stowaway bed kind of thing.
Jeez.
And then Ellie just basically tries to follow me, and a lot of times I have to chase her out of the podcast room because if I have my keyboard in my lap, she jumps on the keyboard, or she jumps on my lap, but the keyboard's there, so she's up there typing while she's getting ready to lay down. So, and then Foamy should be downstairs next to
he's a lap cat. He's constantly with me. He just either is on the sofa, he'll roam around once in a while, and then he'll like literally stay with me whenever I'm down here. Just lay next to me or whatever. Yes, we have 2 orange cats. The one that cries a lot because he thinks he never gets fed, even though we feed him. And Murphy, they're both orange. And Murphy has Highlander syndrome too. He believes that he can be the only orange cat in the family. So he does attack Morris.
Yeah, that's the only one he will actively pursue attacking. And the weird part about it, he attacks his tail because amazingly Murphy was born with like a stubby tail, so he looks like he has like a rabbit tail. But Morris has a regular full-grown tail, and he's like, nope, I got to chew it off because he's already gotten close to doing that. We've had to take him to the vet, and that's healed up and everything. So it's like, they can't be near each other.
Yeah. So Murphy is officially what they call a bobtail cat.
Okay,
he was deformed. He was born with the deformation of bob, not having a full tail.
Yeah.
They're all cute though.
Yeah. Oh, they're fun. They're fun. My my orange cat, the one that we have, likes to get in like friendly fights with the neighborhood cats. Like he's got a girlfriend that he hangs out with all the time, and I think the girlfriend likes to beat the shit out of him sometimes. And there have been a couple times where he's come back and his ears are filleted. Like there were a couple times where they were super gnarly. One time it healed just fine. The other time the one ear got infected. And so we had to get like antibiotics. But because of how much he's gotten in fights, like he already had a couple like little slits in his ear, which from what I understand is kind of normal anyways. But his ears actually have like a slight permanent bend to it that makes him look like he's like a virile cat, like he's like some wild it's funky. It's not like he's actually even that breed. It just he's mangled his ears so many times that he has traits like another cat. Good old cats.
Yeah.
Presto's like, what the fuck are we doing?
I'm the dog guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure your puppy's cute too.
I'll send you my dog. You can have him.
There you go. Yeah, Fuzzy won't let me have a puppy because we have cats, so he says I
We
can't
have too many cats, so when the cats pass, maybe we can talk about a puppy, but
Nah,
Nah,
take
nah.
my word. Take my word on it. No, don't.
don't get a puppy.
I've got. Okay, I don't think I've explained my situation with my dog in the past, but my dog is it's a dingo healer mix, and she's got like the biggest looking freaking ears too, and it's just kind of like a goofy character anyways. But there have been multiple times over the years I've lost respect for the dog. Um, and one of the key ones, and this is just one of those ones where it's still to this day, anytime I look at her and I see her looking up at me with like a dopey look and being like, years ago when my son was potty training, he went to the bathroom one morning and he used his potty and I was like, oh, good job. And then we rushed him off to daycare so I could get to work. I came home later that day. And when I got home, I was like, oh, that's right. I forgot to clean that out this morning. I need to go clean that.
Oh no.
And I went over into the bathroom to check, and his little Elmo toilet had been licked clean to the point where the toilet looked like it was brand new. And I was like, oh no. And I turned around, and as I was getting ready to walk out, here's my dog looking right up at me and being like, like stupid fucking look on her face. And I'm just like, I lost like all the respect for you today. Like you just hoovered a near foot long turd from my kid. I can't with you anymore. Like this is not cool.
So this individual wants a skunk. Judah wants a skunk. I would recommend a ferret instead.
Yeah.
They are similar. Yeah, you have to get them descented and everything as well, but they're definitely more tame and less likely to try and spray. They're the cutest little things. I used to have one when I was a kid. And Fuzzy won't let me get another one.
Well, not while we have cats. And maybe not after we have cats.
They're kind of like cats that you can put in a cage overnight and then bring them out later.
No.
Hey, I love
them stay in the wild.
I loved my little George.
Mm-hmm.
But they act like skunks and stuff like that. They do walk like skunks, and when they get prancy, they prance like skunks. So yeah, they do. They prance around like, it's cute.
Did you keep it in a cage regularly then? Like obviously it went out.
So overnight we would keep him in a cage. We would have to watch him if we put him in a large area or whatever, because he would hide behind things and he would snatch things that were small and then try and see if they were like treats or whatever. Like he stole a peanut M&M from me one time. But we would feed him cat food and everything, and we would just keep him overnight in the cage, and then I'd have him in my room and stuff. Yeah, he's the cutest little thing.
My kids are dead set on getting a sugar glider. And I keep being like, yeah, that's a nocturnal. So if you want one, you are more than welcome to get one when you move out. But I'm not getting an animal that's like.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. They're very, very hard to take care of. So actually, one of the girls that I used to work with over at Carmine, she was a server / bartender. She had gotten a sugar glider from one of her friends that couldn't take care of it. And it actually wound up with my mother, because my mother was able to take care of it. But they don't last for many long years in captivity. And they're very hard to take care of, and they're very noisy at night.
Oh, screw that.
And they're not legal. I mean,
no, they are. They are. Some areas.
In the U.S.?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are. Yeah, they are legal in certain areas, like upstate Pennsylvania. You can have one. That's why I gave it to my mom. Um, and I know certain other areas that the climate is similar to what the climate would be for them to live in. Um, they're accepted because they're small. Even though they're nocturnal, they're not creatures that damage. They don't procreate like, very quickly like mice and rats and things like that. So they're also not dangerous animals. It's basically a gliding squirrel or a
Yeah.
chipmunk. I mean, it's the size of a chipmunk, really. And like I said, they're just kind of annoying, the noise they make at night. And yeah, I wouldn't get one. They're very hard to take care of. I mean, I would get a chinchilla before I would get a sugar glider
Yeah. Well,
or
I
a
mean,
bird.
we've pretty much locked it down that like once our dog passes, like that's it. We've got our cat. That's
Yeah.
plenty. Like we're good.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I would say a ferret over any other animal. If you're used to a cat, a ferret would probably be a cute pet to have that is kind of the ease of a actual cat, really, because it's the
Good
same
to
sound.
know.
Yeah. The other ones, they can be really hard to take care of. So Fuzzy doesn't like birds, if anybody wants to know.
Oh,
No.
I don't blame him. They're loud.
Birds
Your,
at all.
your mom is forever scorched that into my memory of never liking birds no matter what. Like
horror
never
movie
again.
with lots of birds in it would be a frightful thing for Fuzzy.
Not frightful. I would just want to avoid it at all costs. They don't scare me. It's just they flap their poop everywhere sometimes, especially if they're caged. And yeah, no, no, no. Ruin one of my favorite shirts helping her move that cage. No, never again. Never again.
So, but yeah, getting back to the movie, we always go on tangents. All
Oh,
right,
yeah.
so we have
Horror
not been
movies.
together for what, 3 weeks?
It's true. Yeah, we haven't caught up for a while, to be fair.
Yeah. So, let's see. We talked about our favorite characters. We talked about we talked about James being kind of like a good Samaritan, and everything like that, and how Justine was a mess. Archer wasn't much better. So pretty much now, let's go on to Gladys. Her plot.
Yeah, Gladys.
So what? Okay, so the overall ending of what type of horror movie or what type of catalyst to destruction was actually in this case, supernatural, but in the sense of voodoo, basically. So instead of it being a zombie movie, instead of it being an alien movie, instead of it being vampire or whatever, it came down to that it was basically voodoo. So of course the voodoo kind of looks like witchcraft in a way, but it's not. And a lot of people I know in the chat and everything was saying the witch. She's not really a witch. And I think that was the good part of it. That's what, created all this mystery and everything like that. What did you guys think of it winding up being voodoo? That was
like, did we like it or not?
well, no. I mean, not necessarily did you like it. Did it fit? Was it, a good reason why Gladys was able to wreak so much havoc from a distance? Because it was from a distance.
The only thing I kept thinking of is like every time she would wrap someone's hair around the stick and snap it, like how big was this stick to begin with, or like what happens when this stick keeps getting broken? Like, did she just get another stick?
Well, I mean, she had this tree, and from what I understand of the lore that they tried to present in here, was that that tree was her lifeline. And when that tree was starting to wilt and everything, so was her life. And in order to feed the tree, she had to create connections and to these other living beings to take their energy basically, or their life force. And if you notice, the tree at first was not all that great looking, but then towards the end of the movie you saw that it was kind of robust, small but robust. And she kept on taking those thorny pieces, those thorny branches off of the tree, and the tree just kept on just creating new ones. And that piece of hair, and I know this is where people see, oh, well, witchcraft and voodoo, and it's probably, no, we don't use that stuff in witchcraft. We don't use people's hair in that manner. We don't use like blood or anything like that to control people. That's kind of not how it works. That's a voodoo thing. And I think that's where, he was trying to create his own lore and trying to mix 2 or 3 things in together to make it new and fresh for everybody. And I think it was confusing for some, but I think how can I put it? I think it fit very well in the storyline because she wasn't very strong, right? And she obviously has been living for how long? We can just imagine at this point.
Centuries.
Right? Centuries, probably. So was she really part of this family to begin with? Or were they just easy targets?
They were targets, and I would imagine that she just wiped their memory and just like made it seem like, oh yeah, she's part of, like, she could just wiped memory or done something or cast a spell and just been like, hey, like forget these things or whatever, and then or implement something, like add something like, oh yeah, I know this person, and just made a narrative for them.
And if we
where
look
she
at
was involved.
Yeah, and if we look at Serpent in the Rainbow and other movies that had that voodoo connection in it, you'll see that that's what was going on. A zombie doesn't really have a memory. A zombie isn't really thinking to make those connections. A zombie is just doing what the person wants them to do. It's like they're all of a sudden their servant. And that was the great thing about Serpent and a Rainbow, because it really made us think what an actual zombie is if they're still a living, breathing person, according to some religions. And voodoo is a religion. So I think that's why it all fit together. My question is that how long was that kid plotting to take her out?
God.
I mean, he was pretty, for being as old as he was, he put that plan together pretty well, did he not?
He did.
Yeah.
Like what would you guys go on?
No, I was gonna say, like I said earlier, his dad was his number one person, and when Gladys started making him stab himself in the face with the fork, same thing with Mom. That's when the plan was probably. Well, I wouldn't say the plan was started, but that's when he was probably thinking to myself, all right, I'm gonna listen for now, but I gotta get rid of this evil lady that took my parents away, kind of thing. So yeah, he probably each day he's coming home, supposedly not allowed to talk to anybody or anything like that. He was probably thinking, all right, I gotta figure out a way to get rid of her. I gotta figure out something. And sure enough.
Can I just say, like, I think because my wife's not super into horror movies, I think that's going to be the only barrier that I'm probably going to run into with this movie is that fucking fork scene.
Yeah.
That fork scene was brutal. I I was thinking about it earlier when I was watching the recap real quick, and when I was looking, I was like, oh, I get to be on the show. I was like, I need to get my wife to watch this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, is there anything that'll really jump out? And yeah, when I caught that, I was like, oh shit. I like that might be one of those moments where she's like, oh, okay, I think I'm good for now. Because yeah, that scene was brutal. For anyone
Yeah.
who's seen it, obviously we have, but in the chat too. Like if you see it, you know, like it is fucked up.
Well, I mean, he had to throw a little bit of body horror in there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he did, and he definitely succeeded. Because that was jarring. Like it caught me off guard. My daughter actually went and saw this with me at the theater. And I remember she looked over at me like, what the fuck? And I can't blame her, because yeah, that was one of those things where it's like you don't see it very often when someone does something body horror like that, but that is a different level.
I think the substance was worse for me.
Oh yes,
as far as body
absolutely.
horror,
Absolutely.
especially that knee crack.
Oh,
Worse than this.
Yeah. Every time you heard that crack, like your whole body hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think for me the any scene in here was really, you know, jarring on a body horror level. I think the clown thing was you know, her looking like a clown was you know, more jarring for me than anything.
The fork?
Huh? No, not even the fork.
Really?
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to understand, I've seen worse than the substance.
Yeah, she's desensitized.
I'm desensitized a lot.
We know you've seen worse movies. We know this.
Yeah, but at the same time, I've actually seen, you know, dead bodies too. You know, I've seen you know, people that have had, you know, gashes in their arms and stuff like that. I mean, I worked in juvenile justice where I literally saw a kid, you know, smash a bottle into another kid's face, and his eye, we thought he was going to lose the eye. His eye was so red, it almost looked black.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And you know, you're looking at this face up and you're trying to take care of the child at the same time, you know. And then there were my mom's, I mean, my mom was a nurse. She got her nursing license, I think, when I was like 5 or 6 or something like that. So, you know, that they have to go through recertification for things, not just CPR, but, you know, other things. And I remember, you know, helping her study and stuff like that and looking at her medical books and everything. So, and I wasn't even in high school before, you know, before then. So I've seen a lot of stuff in pictures, in real life. So it takes a lot for me to feel like, now, will I flinch? Yeah, of course. It's like, I don't want to experience that. But is it so, you know, jarring that I'm like, I can't, no. I will say this, please don't vomit in front of me. Don't throw up in front of me, because that will set me off.
Oh, good to
That's
know.
the one thing I can't. I get the blood. I just can't with the vomit. I can't.
So
the smell is horrific.
So presto, when we all get together, you and I have to dry heave in over and over again.
That's one thing also with my wife is dry heaving, vomit, no in movies.
Uh-huh.
And it's amazing, like, how many movies have it, and it just feels so unnecessary in some of the movies. Like, you're just watching it, and you're just like, oh, like, there's dry heaving or there's vomit. Like, it adds nothing to the movie. Like, it's just like,
yeah,
okay, that's cool. Like, even in this movie, when Marcus uncontrollably vomits the black substance.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
did it really need to be vomit? No, he could have just been over him, choking him and stuff, and then
Yeah.
headbutted him. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't really add anything to the movie besides like, oh, that's a lot of blue, dark sludge he's throwing up. I guess like,
Yeah, but it is definitely the sound. It's definitely the smell at the same time. Like I'm when it comes to my kids throwing up, yeah, I'm the worst parent in the world.
Yeah, just have him throw up in my hoodie that you stole from me.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, you can have it back. Thanks. Yeah.
And we had one. I think it was my daughter. I think my daughter had just thrown up like shortly after I picked her up from daycare, and it was one of those things where we were driving the back roads around because the main road in that area had a bunch of construction, so we had to move around it and stuff. And so there were a bunch of windy turns and stuff, and I thought that's what it was, but then it turned out to be like a week of flu symptoms.
Mhm.
But as we were driving, she's like, I don't feel good. And so I'm like scurrying and I look, and it was back when we'd get those Kroger or like Walmart grocery bags and stuff, and just use them as like a garbage bag in the car. And so I just I threw it back there, and immediately after I just hear this horrible sound. And I'm like, oh dear God. And I pulled to the side, and my daughter's like, do you want me to keep this bag? And I was like, fuck no. And so I was like, throw that out in the grass. And she's like, but that's littering. I was like, I don't care in this moment. I
That's
was
right.
like, we are away from our house. I don't have an option to get rid of this. You're chucking it. Get rid of it.
That's all right, because at least she told you that she wasn't
True.
feeling well. Our kids didn't. They just threw up in the back seat.
Oh no, there were times where I got the surprise, like when my daughter, I think it was my daughter on this one too, little bastard. What a terrorist. I was like throwing her up above me, and she was like a toddler at the time. And one of the times, like I caught her and was like coming down towards my face, and she threw up right into my open mouth.
Okay, that was your fault for tossing her up.
It was absolutely my fault. And I did not do that a lot after that occurrence, because that was terrifying. Like that was oh God. Like there was not enough whiskey in the world to get rid of that smell and taste at the time. Oh God. Scarred for life. Anyways.
All right. So we're nearing the 8:00 mark, and I'm sure Presto is hungry soon. It's around his dinner time. So we're not going to say what the ending is. Just it is pretty brutal. We will say that. And of course, we know who gets it at the end and everything. But without telling the ending, how did you feel about the ending?
Just about perfect.
That's a trick question. I'd rather just give our ratings.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to comment on.
Yeah.
Well, no? we can't talk about the ending without giving away spoilers of the ending.
I mean,
no, I think we could. I think it's a good challenge. I'll start. I want to say about this ending. Now, we had a slow burn and everything, right?
Right.
But the ending, I believe, even though it was definitely fast-paced, I think it was a good ending for what was going on. I think we got our just desserts, and we also got an understanding of the strength of the characters, or Gladys's victims.
I'll just say perfect ending.
Perfect ending.
As far as I'm concerned, this is a perfect ending. There were parts of it that were a little rocky for what's the teacher's name?
Justine.
Justine.
Mhm.
Yeah. Her and Archer's moments, but outside of that, yeah. I liked everything else. Although, no, I'll just leave it at that. I won't discuss any of the other characters, but yeah.
I just think it was a very clean ending.
Yeah.
It was satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will be interesting. I heard they were talking about making a prequel to this, which
Yeah, with Gladys.
it'd be nice to really understand her backstory more and how old she really is.
Mhm.
Maybe she's like 27 in this movie. You don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, somebody mentioned earlier that I felt like she learned one thing but never learned how to heal herself. The problem is, I think this is her way of healing herself, because she said she pretty much had cancer or whatever. The thing is that when you're terminal and you're seeking this type of religious avenue to heal yourself and everything, you're making you're going to reap consequences from it. It's not going to be a permanent solution. It never is. So I don't think she really could heal herself. That's not what voodoo is for, is to heal yourself. Although some people claim it is. I've never seen it. Always a temporary solution, right? We got our ratings here. We got some ratings. So Fee 7, Fuzzy 8, Silent 7.5, and Presto 6. Oh, let's see if they're accurate.
I think Presto liked it more than that, but we'll see.
All right, who wants to go first? Not me. Morris agrees, not me.
All right. I'll jump in real quick then. Yeah, so for me, I really enjoyed this movie. Again, like from the trailer, I wasn't 100% sure what we were getting into necessarily. And then when we actually saw the movie, there were a lot of things different that maybe I just didn't expect. I really enjoyed the characters for it. I feel like they had some really cool character development. I feel like they did some characters wrong. Marcus. But it happens. It happens to characters sometimes. Every now and then you got that character. But I thought it was a really strong cast with who he ended up bringing in for the movie. I thought it worked out really well. The story was very weird. And it was great. It felt like even up to the end, it just still felt a little odd, a little off, but it made sense, like what they were trying to go for. Gladys is a terrifying character, of which my friend in chat, Melissa, actually sent the picture, so I shared it in our Instagram. But her son actually dressed up as Gladys for Halloween. And so I shared that nightmare fuel to you guys in our Instagram chat, because it's creepy. He did a really good job with it. I remember when she sent me the picture, I was like, dear God, like that character, they did a really good job with that character being the villain. The story was cool. There were some things that were a little weird to me, like when Josh Brolin looks out in the sky and sees like the AK-47 or whatever, like in the air and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, there were some weird things that I feel like maybe with this planned prequel that's probably going to end up happening at this point in time, maybe we'll see some more explanation of some of these things. And maybe some of the stuff that they didn't dive into as much. But personally, for me, yeah, I think I probably land around like a solid 7.5 to an 8 is kind of where I'm sitting. So yeah, Poison did a pretty good job for mine.
Before we go on, one, I'm gonna say they did a good job if you really liked Marcus and they killed him off and you felt bad, they did a good job in that. V6, Fuzzy 7, Silent 8, and Presto 5.
Damn, I must be a real stickler with movies.
So Silent, what was your rating?
Oh yeah, sorry. I probably land right. I mean, I guess if you have to give me a certain number, just give me a 7.75.
Ah, so in between the 7.5 and the 8. Interesting.
Yeah, it was really good, and I know we talked about like IMDb scores, how things land and stuff. I try not to look at IMDb unless I have to before we do these movies, because I don't really want to taint my personal score or whatever. And so I didn't look at it until after I gave myself a score, sitting around like I was sitting around like close to an 8 anyways. And then when I saw that it was sitting still as high as it was, I was like, good. I'm glad to know that I'm not the only one. Like it felt decent, and it felt like I wasn't just again out there giving it a IGN 7.
All right, next.
I guess I can. I'll go. And Poison kind of nailed it for me as well. I was going to say between 7.5 and an 8. I really enjoyed it. It's rewatchable. Kept my attention the entire time. No dozing off or anything along those lines. I don't think I missed anything as far as the messaging. Although, kind of like what Silent was saying, the AK-47 in the sky was kind of weird. But I just figured, well, maybe they're going to make him into like this gun-loving kind of person or something like that, but they didn't do any of that type of stuff. Although, yes, he drove a pickup. I know that goes with stereotypes, whatever. But it was also in construction or in home building, so that makes perfect sense as a contractor. But all the things, all the pieces of this fit very nicely. Love the end and the chaos that ensued. And I'll leave it at that. I give it an 8 and highly recommend, somebody or anybody to watch it. Even if you did get spoiled by some of the stuff that goes on, this will definitely keep your attention, because there's going to be other little things that we didn't discuss that you'll pick up on, interactions between other characters, and then when it spins back around from a different viewpoint of that scene from another character's perspective. This was an awesome, suspenseful, kind of thriller. Not necessarily a bump in the night kind of scary movie, but there were some moments. Definitely some weirdness that goes on as far as at one particular house. But I'll just leave it at that. It was an awesome movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we didn't say that's worthwhile to see. All right, Presto. Now we definitely got another one for you. So
yeah, what's this one?
S6 for you, Presto, because you're fairly quiet about this one.
I mean, to be fair, half of it was talking about cats then, so
Shit.
Okay, next time we'll talk about doggies.
Nope.
So like I said in the beginning of the movie, watching the trailers, I was expecting one thing and I got a totally different thing. The hype for this movie was very high. Like I said, sinners in this movie were definitely the ones I heard the most about this year. So I had high expectations. A little disappointed about the kids, like the story with the kids, or lack of the story of the kids, at least what I was expecting in the movie. Now, if you take all that out and I just watched the movie not knowing anything about it, it was a really good, well put together movie. I enjoyed the individual stories with each character, and then coming together and telling the whole story. That's probably pretty challenging as a director to rate the stories and link them all together like that, and that they make sense. With all that being said, I think I'm gonna give it like a 7.3. Yeah, I'd say 7.3. Higher than the sixes. You were saying people were saying I was gonna give it. I would like to know more about the backstory of her. I feel like we're gonna get that. So I guess we'll just find that out. But that's just me. You don't have to know the backstory. There's tons of good movies where would a backstory help? Yeah, but it's also a great movie without knowing a backstory. So yes, that's what I'm going to land on. 7.3.
Nice.
Okay. So for me, there were a lot of good parts in here. I didn't really know. I thought it was going to be a zombie movie. Was it earth-shattering that it wasn't a zombie movie? No, it was fine the way it was. I think it had a really clean ending that matched to what was going on in the storyline. It gave, there were reasons why the ending the way it was, the way it was, and unfortunately the part that Presto didn't necessarily like, it was part of that, so it made everything make sense. The things that I saw were kind of missteps in here, trying to create the lore of the, supernatural voodoo religion, take. I think there were huge missteps. They honestly didn't make sense. And I think that part, anybody that, knows about different religions might wind up being like my mom, who is doing a different type of movie, a drama, comedic dramedy or whatever, or romantic comedy or whatever, was screaming about, you can't let the bird out in the middle of the forest. It's not that type of bird. I was kind of like that. It's like, you can't do that. It doesn't make any sense. The setup is not right. I think that was just the annoying part to it. Now, Fuzzy knows this. I knew where this was going at a certain point. Am I right, Fuzzy?
Yeah.
It was a little cliche for me. So, yeah, it's getting an IGN 7. Not just a 7, like Underground did.
An IGN 7.
IGN 7 is
An
like
IGN
11 out of 10.
I mean, I think it's a good movie, mainstream. I think it was unique to most people. It will be unique to most people that haven't seen as many movies as hot as I have in the horror genre. I think it was definitely better than Barbarian. It was definitely more cohesive. And I think it is worth a watch. I think it held the mystery that it was claimed to be. So I would say for me, it's an IGN 7. Is it worthwhile to watch? Yes. I think the creepiness about it, I think most of what was going on with the body horror and with the other, deaths, and I love James to death. I thought that the actor was just really amazing. I will say his name in a second. And before I leave, I will tell you the most devastating thing for me on this movie. Where's he at? Austin Abrams. I think he was amazing. And Alden, what is it? Enrivage or whatever. That played Paul.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He was great in it too. I will tell you the reason why I gave it an IGN 7 is because they only gave this, of all the great things about this thing, it was not as unique to the people in the award industry, because this thing only got a second place nomination, basically a second place award for most anticipated film. that was it.
Feel like we have our very own Ryan McCaffrey in the house with us right now.
So I'm just saying, I mean, Sinners got a lot. I've seen like Ricky Glore's got hit, he got a good bit of awards and nominations. I mean, we have a friend, a couple friends, Chris Avellino and Ron Black. I mean, how many awards have they won for their short film alone?
I think 8 or so.
Yeah, and this one only got a second place nomination.
Bullshit.
That's what it says. So I'm just letting you know. Okay? So
like Poison pointed out, since they are in pre-production for Gladys's story, that might be better. Like, sure, he didn't get the awards, but definitely made the studio a ton of money, and probably more than they anticipated. So he already got his next project greenlit. So
yeah,
like he made an impact for sure.
yeah. And I mean, and that's what it's all about and everything. Oh, this one's funny. How a cop car gonna sit in front of the house all day and nobody check on him?
I mean,
I did think that was weird too, but like, especially when there was somebody doing a stakeout.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had nothing but bad experiences with police over my years. So if I see a cop car sitting out there at the house, like, I'm not gonna go fucking check it. Last thing I need is for them to be like, "Oh, are you casing my car? Are you getting ready to try and like jack this thing or steal something from it?" Like, I have learned to respect a distance. COVID taught me a 6-foot distance, and life in general has taught me as much distance as I can from cops.
Yeah.
So,
No,
but you go check out that cop car that's sitting out there on an abandoned street in the middle of the night.
No, it's good. I'm not doing it either, because my luck, it would be like, oh, and the burglar is returning to the scene of the crime. Wait, what? I live in the neighborhood. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I live right there.
We left this car
to make sure that people
come check it.
My neighbors are okay. Like, y'all been out here for all day. Wasn't there a guy back here in the back of the car? And I could have sworn you dragged him out of the car.
We think you let him out of the car.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think some of our people in chat were close.
Yeah. They know us well.
Yeah, he's like, I'm talking about the cop partners and stuff. The department would check on their officers.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
Well,
I mean, small town.
But you would have gotten someone shooting a message, just being like, "Hey, what's going on?" or whatever. Like, where you at? Like, because if it's a small town like that and there's not a lot going on, they probably go to lunch together, or they probably hang out or whatever. It's probably a pretty tight knit community. So, like, if someone goes silent on the radio for a while, that probably would be suspect. I could see that.
Yeah. Although he is on the outs with the chief because of the chief's daughter / his wife.
True. So he put himself in this bad situation.
So nobody's checking on him because chief is on the shit list. Anybody checking on him, chief will probably chew him one.
That's fair. That's fair.
No. All right. So what are we going to be getting up to before next Friday?
Oh, that's the question, right? Like, do we make you watch Black Phone 1 and 2 so you can catch up?
Or do I make you watch Clockwork Orange?
No, that's already like 30 years old. We got plenty of time to catch up on that one.
I mean, either way, I'm watching a movie, so I don't mind.
Well, I think Fuzzy wants to do Sinners. He was on bugging me.
Oh, hell
Either Sinners or what was the other one? The Widow in the Yard or something like that.
Oh, The Woman in the Yard. Did anybody see that yet?
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
Guess what? There's a woman in the yard. The movie.
That's it. That's it.
Pretty
It's just a woman
much.
in the yard.
Yeah, that she has like, a cloth over her face so she doesn't get sunburned. Like,
Sounds like a 7 out of 10.
I mean, do something better, like the Frankenstein movie that just came out on Netflix from that director.
But is that
I've been hearing
horror?
good things about that.
But is that horror? Or is
Yeah,
that drama?
your drama.
Are you serious? Like, that's literally one of the monsters of horror, like
Universal monsters. Nah,
Oh,
not
yeah.
Frankenstein.
Have you seen it yet? Have you seen
It
the
just came out today. It's 2.5 hours long.
Oh
Okay,
shit!
so I'm just gonna let you know
Oh
that
boy.
I don't know if somebody got like a pre-screening of it or what, because most of the people that I have on my feeds and stuff in social media are now movie makers, or they know people that make movies,
Fancy.
blah blah blah, right?
So
So yeah, and of course we get the advanced screenings and stuff like that sometimes in the movie theaters and stuff. Saying that the Frankenstein was a little too pretty.
too pretty.
Pretty?
Yes, too pretty. That he wasn't scary enough.
Have you ever seen any Tom Cruise movies? He's too pretty in most of those movies. Like, what does that mean?
I'm just saying that they said Frankenstein in this movie was a little too pretty to be Frankenstein.
So he cleans up nicely. What does people complain about?
There have been plenty of attractive people in horror movies that are bad people.
Well, I know
Even though
that.
they look,
I mean, every vampire you see is like that. But
that
Frankenstein.
that sounds like a shitty complaint. That sounds like they couldn't find anything else to dock it for, so like, well, they used a little too much makeup to make him look pretty.
Yeah. It sounds like IGN. Too much jump
Yeah, it
buttons.
does. It does. Oh, well, the option menu wasn't very good, so I docked it 2 points.
So, how's the Woman in the Yard? I just added to my watch list. What do you say, Presto? Yes or no?
No. If you want to watch a woman sit in a yard for an hour and a half, just watch Your Old Neighbor.
Just drive down the street.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
I think
still
at
wanna
one point
check
she
it
goes
out.
in the barn, but yeah. I mean, if you're really bored, you want a good movie to fall asleep to, I suggest that one, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. Slow pace, woman in a yard. Guess what? There's a woman in the yard.
So
Why is she in the yard? Is she in her own yard? Why is she in our yard?
So Bring Her Back was a little stupid. It made more sense than Weapons. At least the cop showed up even though after the fact. Okay.
That was a hard watch. Or
What? Bring Her Back?
I think. Is that the one with the little boy with the knife?
I didn't see it yet, so.
That's a great question.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, that one's a doozy. If you want to see some fucked up shit, watch Bring Her Back. Oh, that could be a good one to review, but I don't know if I want to watch it again.
So Watch Your Old Neighbor is wild, Presto.
I mean, normally the old neighbors are the ones with the binoculars, but if you're watching them, I don't know.
Yeah, if you're looking out the windows, or if you're looking out the windows to look at them, you're probably seeing binoculars on the other side. That's gonna get really awkward really fast.
Watching them, watching you, watching them.
Yeah, and they're standing naked with a jar of peanut butter in their kitchen.
All right, we'll figure something out for next Friday. We'll figure something out. We'll either go and spend 2.5 hours watching Sinners to only like the for last 30 minutes, or
What the fuck? Oh god.
you already watched that one?
Fuzzy, the disrespect that film is getting. I won't go into my opinion or feedback on that, but it's always interesting to hear people's feedback about it, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still looking forward to seeing it. I didn't see it in theater, so
It might be
something.
the first movie
Wait.
that I fall asleep to.
Oh,
Wait,
really?
You still haven't seen it either, Fuzzy?
No. I really want to see it, but it's like trying to get this one to watch it with me, and it's like,
Oh no, I was ready to watch it, and I thought he was going to come down, and then he went and started playing video games. So, I'm not supposed to bother him when he's playing video games.
I mean,
that's not how that all went down, but okay.
What were you playing, Fuzzy?
I don't know. I think at some point she was supposed to start the movie. She didn't for like an hour or so. So I was like, you know what? I'm going back upstairs. I either played NASCAR or I played Division 2 at that point. And then I think I wound up hopping off of that to Outer Worlds 2. Like,
Fuzzy gave me
too many games right now. There's not enough hours in a day and way too many games.
You need to play some ball pit.
Oh, I'm what 4 achievements away from 1,000.
Oh, are you really?
I'm enjoying
video games all of a sudden.
Huh? What? Ball Pit, it could be a horror movie. Imagine, a spaceship or an asteroid hits your town and turns it into a pit to hell. Yeah. But it's like playing ping pong when you beat the demons or whatever.
It's basically
in the underworld are.
Basically a modernized Arkanoid with actual upgrade elements.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got 4 days off. So I'm sure we'll find some time to watch Sinners.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. What is this now? Wait a minute. What is
this? Well, that's true. Hey, talk about some shit. I was hanging out there, and I think it was either Dirt or Sean's channel a couple days ago, and we were talking about Ball Pit, and like I think even Sean or Dirt were talking about it constantly, and I was like, oh yeah, it's good. And then Dirt comes out of nowhere and's like, yeah, or Dirt or Sean, one of them's like, yeah, I bet you like it because of the balls. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, we're all playing the same game. How am I getting dunked on for this? I was like, the disrespect.
All right, before we all starve, let's do some outros. All right, who's going first? I'm not.
Oh, once again, not it.
Not it.
I guess I'll start. This has been an awesome time to get back together with you guys to discuss this movie. This was a ton of fun. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Greatly appreciate you guys checking us out live. And for those who catch us on replay or had to bookmark this and come back after watching the movie so we didn't spoil anything, we greatly appreciate you guys checking us out. Always enjoy, discussing movies and sometimes getting sidetracked on random things like games or pets or I don't know, just other random things.
Locking people in bathrooms.
Hey, you brought that up. I didn't say anything about the Jehovah's Witnesses in the bathroom or none of that. Nope, wasn't me. But yeah, always appreciate doing the podcast with you guys. Love doing this and look forward to next Friday, whatever that movie might be. Oh, and you can find me on social media. Probably not actually on social media, but you can find my accounts by doing a search for Fuzzy Belvedere. I will start posting more NASCAR 25 clips because I really wish I was a NASCAR driver at one point, and I'm living out the dream virtually. So, yeah. Who's next?
I'll go. Yeah, it was fun. It was 3 weeks. Felt longer than that. Yeah, I just had a brain fart. It's fun hanging out with everybody. Maybe sinners, maybe not. Uh, I don't know, man. It was fun. I can't wait to do it again. Maybe not so much cat talk, but hey, we're cool.
Yeah.
Maybe some more Balatro. We'll see. I'll see what I can come up with for next time.
Son of a bitch.
Shout out to Balatro.
Hell yeah. Well, I guess I'll jump in real quick too. So you can find me on some of the social media areas, not Twitter. I've seen screenshots of the hellscape that Twitter is rapidly becoming more and more, and there's too many Sony fanboys for my liking on that service right now. So you'll find me probably on like Threads, Instagram, TikTok. I actually somehow my account just got randomly unsuspended, and so I got it back, but
Nice.
it doesn't have anything, so I'm having to repost things now. Thanks TikTok for that bullshit. Despite having like a decent amount on there at the time that it got suspended for no reason. And when I reached out, they just never gave me any information at all. Besides that, you will probably see me playing some video games on Xbox, so feel free to add me on Xbox if you would like. If you want to play video games or talk video games, and I'm around at the time. We're right on the edge of Call of Duty coming out for the year, so I'll be playing plenty of multiplayer on that here pretty soon. So if you want to play some of that, feel free to reach out. Besides that, yeah, you're just going to catch me playing a bunch of the backlog right now, be it some Ball Pit or Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 or GTA 3 remastered. Incidentally, out of nowhere, I just suddenly had the inkling. I think because GTA 6 just got delayed until November of next year. I'm diving back into GTA games again to get ready. So you'll probably see me playing some of that stuff. Besides that, I don't know. Probably just catching up on some movies, and yeah. But chat, you were awesome. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. Whatever movie we end up doing.
Yeah, whatever. We'll vote on it real quick, maybe. So yeah, I have 4 days off, so I'm sure Fuzzy will torture me with some movie, as payback for me torturing him for many movies, right, Fuzzy?
We'll see.
You'll see. So yeah, I did see the picture on Instagram of Gladys for Halloween. That is
pretty damn strong.
Yeah, especially definitely the second one. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe we can see about posting it on YouTube or somewhere. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'll double check and make sure it's okay.
Yeah, if we can, because it is spot on. I'll give you that. So yeah, I'm just gonna be chilling or whatever. I had too many nightmares, too many things go wrong this week over at the school, so I think I need time to chill and everything. So yeah, so we'll see you guys next week. And thanks to Poison Maniac for moderating for us. That was awesome.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And the chat was always funny, as usual. But we will definitely key you guys in on anything upcoming. The only thing I know of right now is what Monster Mania, November 22nd, 21st to. Is it 21st to 23rd? Yeah,
21st, like 2 weeks.
Yeah, 21st to 23rd. I mean, you can look on the Monster Mania website if you want. They have some really good people coming out that normally are in mainly like the Midwest, Tennessee area and places like that. They're finally getting them out here. So, if you have a wish list and they're on it, I would come out. But other than that, good night. Bye.
Good night.
Later.
See you.